Oh, wait. I want to switch it. So.
All right.
Now we're live. Alright, let me just fill up my drench. Oh, is that the Brita right there?
Yeah. I'm gonna pull up the pull. Pull up that pull street.
I got another bad idea.
Oh, pull up the pull.
Pull.
Pull?
Is this James' cup of water?
That's Danny's, I thought.
Make sure it sounds good real quick, Jay. I think I put it on the right mic.
You do your speaking exercises, get the tongue
No,
warmed
my
up.
throat is gone.
My throat is pretty bad too.
That's solo up. Is that in the works? That's solo up.
For like our mission app?
Yeah.
I don't know. Are you cool with that, Jay?
I'm totally down with it.
Honestly, every great company has a mission statement.
Oh yeah, we sound good, boys.
Does sound fine? Honestly, every great company has a mission statement.
Oh yeah, we sound good, boys. Oh,
Yeah,
my mic
yeah.
is sexy.
Yeah, I don't mean to do this,
Yeah,
but
no,
are you
for
cool if
sure.
I do that?
Definitely.
Just to make it a little better.
Yep.
Oh, you gotta mute that. All right, are we ready? Oh,
Yep.
I got.
I'm about to link our YouTube.
All right, we are live on the mics.
Are they good volume?
Should be.
I'm in the mid ski.
I want something where we won't look at it, but. Oh, the pros are live.
Oh no shit, dude.
Oh
really?
wow, here we are. All right.
I think, is this a good height? Could you tell?
They look fine.
Okay, cool. All right. I guess are we good?
Yeah.
I'm good when you're good.
And we.
Uh oh.
And we're live,
Here we are.
boys. Monday night. We were talking about yesterday. We're gonna follow the bandwagon of Andrew. I think we're just gonna start uploading every Monday.
Yeah, it's easier that way.
Yep.
Especially, I don't know. We got homework on Sundays. We're not necessarily all in the house at a good time on Sundays, and it just seems more convenient, more reasonable to do it on Monday.
Mondays are
Definitely.
more like regular schedule.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah. And we're not necessarily even up to par on Sundays too. So
Right.
I'm not at 100% on Sundays. Yeah. But yeah, the bros are back together.
Yeah.
We're back recording another app.
Mondays from now on.
Yeah. True chains.
You wanted to start?
Yeah. So it's Monday, September 11th, and that's one of my topics today. And I just was thinking kind of throughout the day, you know, what today's kind of all about. And it's one of those things I was sort of comparing it, or it's not me making this comparison, but I've heard the comparison of our parents will compare it to JFK getting shot, or our grandparents maybe even.
Yeah, probably grandparents.
Grandparents, yeah, more so than our parents, but just how you just remember where you were in that exact moment. And I was going to ask you guys, do you remember where you were? Like, were you watching it on TV, or?
I don't actually remember it. I know where I was just because my mom's told me, but I don't remember any of it now.
I mean,
I have no memory.
no.
No.
We were pretty young.
What were we, like?
We were
4 or 5.
We were 4.
4?
I remember a little bit of it, just because it was kind of a dramatic scene around me. I was at daycare and everyone was like sobbing.
Whoa.
Yeah, all of my teachers were like sobbing and stuff watching it on TV.
I think my mom said something like she was folding laundry.
My mom was working out with me in the basement of like my old
Just
house.
Way back in
grinding.
Oxford.
Yeah, she had
Wow,
a TV.
that's a good
on.
point.
That's the golden days. That's old
Oh
school.
yeah, way back.
Dang.
Dang, yeah.
And then what? How long did it take for the buildings to collapse? It was multiple
Well,
hours.
yeah, it was the
took a
2
while.
of them. So
Yeah.
I mean, it was a long time. I think.
I don't remember.
Did you guys do anything? Do you want to close that window?
Definitely.
Did you do anything in your classes today? Did the
No.
teachers ever bring it up once or
Not a
anything?
single word.
Yeah, me either.
I actually have seen probably less this year than past years. Just
I'll be honest,
Usually,
yeah.
last year was the 15th anniversary, so
yeah.
That's a good
but
point.
still, it's kind of slowly like fading away where we kind of recognize it every year.
We're
Yeah.
just gonna start seeing it in our kids' history books. That's where it's at now.
Oh yeah.
I had a class in high school where it was in the history book.
Oh,
Really?
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, we live. Is that our first piece of history that we've basically lived through?
I mean,
Like that would be in a book.
I mean, it depends. It
Like,
depends.
well, what's another
Y2K was
Y2K.
big. Y2K was really big.
Hmm.
I mean, that was everyone thought the world was like gonna explode or something, right?
Yeah, people were.
No more electricity, no more like anything.
That was pretty crazy.
It's just a weird thought. Just 'cause it's
Yeah.
another day, but just because it's the
date.
2000th year,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
isn't even the 2000th year, but like.
I mean, people have their beliefs. I mean,
Well, it was just like
2012.
even programs weren't capable to run that or whatever. If that's what. Are you referring to it turning to 2000, or are you referring
Yeah,
to
no, the turn to 2000.
2012? I was a little confused.
No, 2000
is Y2K.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like people thought like electricity would stop working and that.
Yeah,
like,
just no one knew what was gonna happen.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
I mean,
1,000.
There were some people predicting like a worldwide blackout, like an actual blackout.
Yeah, it's ridiculous to think.
That is wild.
I mean, people were stocking up on food, water,
I'd probably be doing the same.
buying
dude.
gasoline
I'm
like
not
crazy.
gonna lie. Who knows?
I don't know.
I did that for 2012. I had a bunker.
I was playing baseball during all that. I remember the day it was
Yeah.
supposed to go down.
It was.
I was playing ball.
That movie was pretty sweet. 2012.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
It was
realistic.
actually a really cool movie.
Yeah,
At the time, I thought
the special effects were pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, got me a little spooked, but
I mean, what are your thoughts? Do you think that's how it's gonna go? The world's just gonna blow up?
no.
No.
No Armageddon.
What do you think? Yeah, what do you think the doomsday is gonna look like? Do you think we'll be wiped out because of like virus or?
I wouldn't be surprised if it's something similar to.
The dinosaurs.
No, I don't think we'll get like a meteor that'll hit us.
We're so advanced in our technology now that we could deflect it.
Yeah.
Well, and I guess I guess those just don't really come around. Like we're in orbit with all these meteors, and it doesn't really happen where one just comes out of nowhere that we wouldn't expect. In a sense, we know what's coming and what's not, and
We'd know in time.
exactly. I would hope so, but no, I think it's going to be like I've seen pictures of what the world will look like once the glaciers are melted, and the flooding goes up to like Tennessee, like that's the
Whoa.
water level on the U.S. And so
It'll
I
change
think
the entire landscape of the world.
I think everything will go haywire at that point. Like Hurricane Irma, like they said that was the strongest hurricane, and that's partially because of the water temperatures were 90 degrees around Florida, and they were just saying that is literally the best fuel for a hurricane like
just
that.
keeps it going.
So
Makes
who
it-
knows
makes it
what'll
stronger.
hit us if those things are building up like crazy and then just dropping bombs on. They compared, obviously it wasn't as bad as they predicted, but they were saying Florida is gonna look like they just dropped a bomb on it, and that's what I mean. Honestly, that's what like St. Martin, I guess.
Oh yeah, leveled.
I guess no power. Everything is just.
For like those little islands like that are like 6 months without power.
Well, they were like my brother. So he went to medical school there, so he still gets the emails from them, all that, and so he went to medical school in St. Martin, and he was getting emails that said basically, we don't know when things will be back because they don't have places for students to live because the people that are they're gonna give up those living quarters for the St. Martians,
Right.
and so they don't have a place to live. So it could be 6 months, 8 months till they even start classes again.
It could be longer.
It could be longer. It's just crazy.
You're thinking that timeline could even be for just people like getting it
Like-
shit cleaned up and
Like,
like
they could actually technically they could end that medical institution in
just
St.
for
Martin.
good.
I mean,
Just
For good.
like
they
almost
might.
the cost to a benefit ratio
Right.
doesn't work out for them.
That's a great point, actually.
It's unfreaking
I
believable.
mean, shut it down because it's going to cost so much to get it back up and running.
I know.
Yeah, at this point, just cut it.
there's a little island in the Caribbean, Barbuda, that's like over.
Barbados. Barbados.
No, it's not Barbados.
Barbuda.
Barbuda.
Oh.
Over 90% of like all property and homes were destroyed.
Dang.
Like and then they had to like evacuate everybody off the island because the one was coming in behind it.
Dang.
And so like that place is literally gonna have to like be completely rebuilt
From the ground
all
up.
of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna take so long. Clean it up and then just to build everything back.
Yeah, yeah. And the second one was Jose, right?
Yeah,
Did you see all the funny tweets that was like, Jose's not going to touch the U.S.?
Oh, Trump
The
is
Trump stuff. Yeah.
With Trump, I just thought that was a little comical.
That was kind of funny.
But yeah, dude, those places are just devastated.
It's too bad. It's
Hard to think about.
And then another hurricane was hitting Mexico at the same time all this was happening, and it's nuts. It's everywhere. And the one thing I wasn't even really sure about, what about in Europe by Japan and China? Do they really get hurricane, or are hurricanes kind of in our area? And that's
a good question.
I have no idea.
I'm not sure. It probably has a lot to do with the water temps. If they have really cold waters over there, then maybe not as much. I have no
currents
idea.
and things like that play an effect, right?
Yeah,
and even the wind streams and stuff, though.
I have no idea.
Air pressure moving them, but
sure they get the occasional. Like Japan gets
tsunamis. Yeah.
That's
what I was.
Well, that's because of their earthquakes all the time.
Yeah, they're like on a tectonic shift area, aren't they?
They're in a bad spot.
Yikes.
They're not very big.
It's
either.
so crazy
so many
that
people.
we're just, these plates are just moving under us all the time.
Constantly.
It's crazy. But you guys didn't have any family, or you said you had.
My grandma actually is home in Michigan right now because she lives in Tallahassee, Florida. So.
Yep.
I mean, originally it wasn't supposed to get hit very bad, but I think it ended up getting hit. I mean, somewhat bad. And she's sort of sick right now too, so she needed to come up anyways. But especially in that storm, you can't.
I saw that. I think it said something like 40. Here, let me find the fact real quick. But there was a ton of people in Florida without power, like an ignorant amount. It was
in the millions.
5.8 million people in Florida without power.
Crazy. Oh my gosh.
And I guess
it's just gonna get more and more.
Yeah.
Yeah, like how long will that take to get power back? And dude, what's also scary about those kind of storms and those kind of like disasters, since it's so large, is there's so many looters. Like I was just listening to a live stream of a guy that lives in Florida, and he said these people were almost trying to home alone us. They were going around our neighborhood asking, "Hey, are you guys?" This was before all of it was happening.
Yeah.
Are you guys headed out? And then they're like, "No, we're staying home." And they're like, "Yep, us Floridans are real tough. We stick in there." And they've never seen these people before, but they were just kind of asking, seeing who was leaving.
Dang.
Right when they leave, loot their house, whatever that might be.
That's so sketchy.
When power goes out at 3 in the morning, no one's gonna know what's gonna happen in those houses, and And all the time, people are knocking on doors, disaster relief, and then they just got them at gunpoint, and they'll just rob them, and it's unbelievable.
Happens?
I guess it's happening in Florida right now.
That's sick, dude.
And it's absolutely terrible.
That's insane.
Yeah, because why wouldn't you open your door in a way if these people are like, oh, what do we need help?
Sure.
Can we? And no, we're taking your stuff.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah. And I guess even the sea turtle population was messed up in Florida.
Did you see the videos? I showed Dayton. They literally sucked the water away from like the coasts. Irma, the storm did. So there's places where there used to be 10 feet of water that's just sand.
Whoa.
Oh yeah.
It's unbelievable. There's like dead fish laying around.
And it's just put it on land, or like
in the storm, it sucked it up.
Whoa.
And it's using it for the storm.
Waterway.
Whoa.
Yeah. There's like
the
docks,
water. I mean, it ends
water.
up coming back, but like there'll be hours where there's like no water, especially at like low tide.
Dude,
it's
so crazy.
It was wild.
There was docks like way out there, just completely like zero water at all. It was like walking on a beach.
So
it was sweet.
Yeah. That's unbelievable.
Get into the pool?
Yeah, get into the pool. What do you think?
Sure. Yeah. So go ahead.
So this week, if you could have $1 million right now or free food for the rest of your life, what would you pick? And we didn't have that many votes. 86% said big boys got to eat. They took the free food, and 14% said they were going to take the mill right now.
Only 14?
Only 14. Yeah, 14%.
I took a screenshot because I got this off of Twitter account. So
Yeah.
they had 141,000 votes.
Yeah, that's just a couple more than we
So
had.
Not
it
many.
was so bigger sample size was 55% get the $1 million, and then
Ooh,
45 with the free
Okay.
food.
to more accurate
See,
representation.
Yeah. And that's, I was going to say, because I went with the money.
I went with the money as well.
Dude, I'm stuck. Well, I think the money is the better choice here in the
It
long
is.
run.
It has to.
Without a doubt.
Toss that.
You
to-
can,
just start building interest off of it.
dude. You make money off
something
that.
with
That's
it.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If you just do anything with it, it's going to be
Your first impulse is okay. I'm gonna get the food because go for your whole life
Forever,
without
yeah.
paying for food. That's crazy. But the more you think about it, the more. But then think about you could go to any
restaurant.
5-star.
Oh, I mean,
Get any bottle of wine you want. Like that's what
you,
I'm thinking.
You would get over $1 million worth out of it if you had free food and could go anywhere and get.
Do you imagine if you just had a card that said,
Yup, I'm good.
and no matter what,
Just
everybody's
honor
like,
it.
yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
you're good.
Yeah, don't worry about it. No tips. It says free food. Hashtag no tips.
I don't know. I mean, you get your brownies worth, I'm sure, but I still go with $1 million.
I would still go with the
I'd
million.
go
You
with
can
the
turn
money.
that into so much.
Yeah, I would just start building interest on it immediately,
Yeah, invest it.
or just
Start a business.
or just get a sweet apartment. No, yeah, you could. That would change your entire life if you got $1 million.
Oh
like,
yeah.
I'd probably drop out of school.
Oh, just for the million,
Well.
dude. It would take a lot more than you.
The crowd
You need to
goes
drop
silent.
I don't know. I said it.
It would take
without
more than
thinking
$1
too
million for
much.
me to drop out, dude.
How much money would you have to get to drop out of
I
school?
would have to be set for the rest.
Like 10 mil?
I'd have to be set for the rest.
Someone said, "Here's a $10 million check, and you have to drop out of school."
Well, yeah. I mean, I would.
Well, no, that's not what I'm thinking.
10 mil,
Put
yeah.
that right.
If I hit the lottery for $10 million, I would
That's
stay.
what-
I would stay in school. Maybe take a semester
go.
off, but I would.
That's
stay in
true.
school.
Maybe take a semester off. Go to Europe.
Do
just-
some cool shit with your
just,
money, but
like, get the I don't know,
10
the
million.
honeymoon stage over with.
like 10 million, like obviously a lot of money, and you could like get that to last the rest of your life, like pretty comfortably.
Can you imagine?
But-
It's $100,000 a year easily, right? I mean,
Yeah, but like it's more than that. That'd be
Yeah, it's like
over
200.
That's for 100 years.
that's for like 50. Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Fuck.
Dang,
But
it's a lot of years.
Dang.
How long am I gonna live?
it would have to be like upwards to like maybe even 30 mil before I would drop out.
Wow.
Jeez. Like never.
I mean-
never go to an institution again. Like you. Well. Yeah.
Football games, right? You can come. in.
Just not taking.
Come on, that's
Like you
bullshit.
can't
Just not
take.
getting a
Like,
degree.
yeah. Like you're done with school. Period.
Yeah, with $30 million.
30
dude,
million.
that's
You're
fine.
never going back. To
I'll
school.
never
Never
set
take
foot in the
another class.
classroom again.
No.
What if they offered you to teach a class about the lotto? About the
Absolutely
odds.
not.
Jonah's first assignment. All right, so you go to the lotto, you buy a $10 ticket, and someone's standing outside with $20.
Oh my gosh.
He offers you to buy both of them for 20.
No,
To buy one for 20
Buy your ticket for 20 that you just walked out.
that you paid $10
for.
for.
that you
I'm
paid
keep-
$10 for.
I'm keeping my winning ticket and going.
Absolutely
taking my
not.
ass home.
No.
That's why you will not be teaching that
No,
class.
absolutely not.
Oh god.
That's
I have
just-
the winning ticket in my hand. I'm not increasing my odds, but that much is 1 to a billion instead of 2 to.
I don't know. $10 tickets are pretty pricey. Like, not that many people buy them. Like, I don't know. It's one thing if he says, okay, here's $4 for your $2 ticket. Then I'd be like, nah, screw you, dude. But $10 ticket, I don't know.
I take my.
It's a higher margin.
I'd take my winning ticket. I would get in my car. And I'd drive
No,
home.
get out of here.
Did you guys ever think you'll strike luck with that? I mean, Barry Myers.
I have only had like 2 lottery tickets in my life, and both times I genuinely thought I had the winning. You got to, dude. If you don't think you have
my
it,
gosh.
then why are you even playing?
Oh,
I get
man.
disappointed every time when I don't win.
No, same. I'm always
I'm like,
shocked that I
"Fuck,
didn't do
dude,
it.
I thought I had it.
I could have swore they changed the numbers last second.
It's rigged against me, dude. It's a rigged system. Because I know I got those winning numbers every time.
Are you talking the numbers that you thought you had it, or the scratch off?
Yeah. Not a scratch off. I'm
Alright.
talking like
You
the
pick
mega
the numbers?
numbers.
When you go to
You
check
when
your
you
numbers.
pull a Powerball or something.
Well, have you seen people do the fake tickets?
Yeah,
for
and they
people.
mess with people, and they go.
People have
nuts.
had like heart attacks. Like it's crazy.
Oh yeah,
They'll
no.
give them like a birthday. Like, oh, here's a lotto ticket in your birthday, and then they'll check the numbers, and then it's actually the numbers. And there's videos of like a grandma like seizing on the floor because she thought she won 500 million. It's unbelievable.
I've seen those before.
It's
That's
so
just
funny.
mean.
It's
dude.
so mean,
That's
dude.
so that's so funny. I gotta find anywhere to get one of those.
Yeah, yeah. I could see you doing that.
Oh, man.
It's crazy. Like, I don't know. Did you guys ever see the show on TLC? The millionaires after they won the lotto. I forget what it was
Dude,
called
like
exactly.
almost 50% of them go bankrupt.
Yeah, they all go.
Well, they have, like,
it's
depression.
a scary number
Yeah,
that go bankrupt after.
I know.
Yeah, they have a lot of issues usually.
Just get money happy.
Yeah, but one crazy one I saw. This guy won. He was on the show for his 18.8 million he won off something. I can't remember what it was. Described.
Yeah.
And so he's been doing lottos his whole life. Like that was his big thing, and he finally got his payout. And ever since he won that, he continued to do these lottos, and he has a track record of 280,000. He won a $60,000 one. He won another $25,000 one. He had like 4 or 5 just big winnings on top of this 18 million.
Jeez.
It's just like, dude, what is he doing that I don't know?
Maybe I should start buying lotto tickets.
I mean, Barry Myers, very successful. Like the last couple times, I feel like he
Really?
wins once a month or so. Something
Really?
Like that. Just like
How many does
not
he
once a
buy?
month.
Does he do scratch?
I think
Does
he buys
he
a
do...
good amount. No, he does. I think he does like just the Powerball, the 4 number,
Yeah.
or whatever it is.
Okay.
It's not the big one, but it's it's bigger than the scratch offs.
My dad tells me a funny story about Clarence, and I guess Clarence will get his check from working at the and he'll just go out, buy like 100 scratch offs and just sit there and scratch them off all night.
Oh my gosh.
That's so funny. People love it, dude. They're addicted to the rush.
I know.
I don't think I've ever won more than like $4 on a scratch off.
I think my dad won like 40 once. It was pretty sweet.
That's
1,000?
pretty good. 40 grand.
But, I don't know.
I'm not really into gambling. I mean, the casino's fun sometimes.
No,
but
me either.
You gotta keep it kind of in check. You spend a lot of time and a lot of money in that place.
The longer you stay, the more you lose.
Yeah.
I learned that last time I went. I was up a lot of money and just
Whoa,
kept
you
going.
went in Windsor, right?
Yeah.
You never
this is
told me
Canada.
about this, dude. Wait,
Yeah,
did
me
you?
either.
How much did you lose?
No, I didn't lose any. I
You
just were
I'm
up
sorry.
a lot.
I was up
And
like
then-
close to $100, and I
Whoa.
walked away like only like $25 up.
Oh, that's not
That's
bad.
still
man.
not
I mean,
bad,
no, I mean,
Jay.
I'm walking away with money. I can't complain.
Yeah.
I legit thought you lost like $200.
Oh, I'd never
The way you were
I'd
just
never
telling
let
that.
myself do that.
Damn.
At least with my budget right now.
You just
If
play
I had more
blackjack,
money.
right?
No, I mean I played different. I played some slots and some video poker.
Roulette table?
A little bit of roulette table.
Roulette
Video roulette.
It's really fun.
I bet like $5 on one number
Yeah.
and hit it and got like put $5 on it and I won like 40.
Wow.
That's sweet.
I was hot for a little bit. And then I got real cold.
And that's cool. You were in Windsor, so you were drinking. It was very casual, very comfortable.
Yeah, they were actually the security to get in there was super like. They needed 2 forms of ID. They were like
Wow.
checking you out up and down, putting your name through.
That's
a
what
system.
happened to us in Toronto. We were getting through, and the guy goes, "All right, do you guys have your passport at a bar?" And we're like, "Excuse me, why would I carry my passport to a bar?" And they're like, "Oh, it says 19, but you don't look." And it's weird that it's so strict.
Honestly, though,
Did they let you
like,
in?
not today's day and age. Kind of nice, dude. Keep that bitch on lockdown. If you're
Yeah,
going
makes you
somewhere
feel
where there's a lot of people in one
That's
place,
fair.
at least check into people.
What was your 2 forms of identification?
I used I had my passport. I brought my passport.
Oh,
with
okay.
me. Brought my passport and my driver's license.
Gotcha.
And you're going on another trip soon, right?
Oh, I hope so.
That's the number.
For winter break.
Oh, to Mexico, right?
No, to Europe.
Whoa.
I don't know if I don't know. It's early stages.
Where would you
okay.
go?
I thought
It's
it
just
was
talk
kinda-
right now.
Oh,
Like
gosh.
Italy or something?
Speculation.
Italy, probably like
Italy.
all over Italy, Dublin, and probably just a bunch of different places. Hopefully it works out.
Yeah. Knock on
And
wood.
is it you and your whole family? Is it?
Me and Anna, and then maybe like Brad and Mackenzie.
Jeez.
Squad.
Yeah.
Anna has a cousin that lives in Italy somewhere.
Okay. And then Mackenzie's aunt or uncle or something like that.
Lives in Dublin, I believe.
Yeah.
That's a cool gig for those
That
guys.
is a nice connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So hopefully, we can get it to work out. It'd be awesome.
Yeah, I should figure something out pretty soon here. It's getting to that time.
I think I'm just gonna disappear and not come back for like 2 years.
Well, I think what I'm gonna
Foreign
do.
country.
I think I've said this even on the podcast. I'm gonna do like a 2-year contract, maybe at like a news station.
Go overseas.
Everybody's like, "Oh yeah, great job. You want to re-sign?" I go gone for like a year, and
Just
I'm just
MIA.
gonna be living in Europe, just
Do
doing
it.
whatever.
Oh my God.
Just go missing.
Do it. Seriously.
Leave all my stuff where it's at.
Surface a
Just
new
a
man.
shit on your back.
Literally just don't tell anybody you're leaving.
Just a
Just
pillow.
get up and go.
A pillow and a shirt on
Just
your
get up and go one day,
Yeah.
and then just resurface a year later.
Alright,
Go to the
don't do
airport.
it that way.
No, I mean, not if you have like a wife and kids.
No. I'm talking like first. I'm fresh out of college.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Josh just like books a flight in the middle of the night and just dips. Just go-
Literally a 4 a.m. flight. Like, I don't want people to know I'm gone.
Just leave a note for Shotty and Kim. See you guys later.
Are you guys gonna get a? How early do you plan on getting a dog out of college? Like, is
As
that
soon
is
as
that a
possible.
Toronto thing?
It depends, but I mean, pretty soon.
As soon as I can.
The one cool thing with a dog that I've heard it a ton before is
So you've never had one.
Screw you. No, but it's a cool thing. Like, say I'm in a really serious relationship, I can get a dog and see how the potential future wife handles the dog, and if she like doesn't take care of it, she doesn't. We're gonna
Gonzo.
split up, and I'm taking full custody.
You're taking Air Bud and you're hitting the road.
Getting out of there. I'm going to Europe.
Oh my god. Oh my. You show up in the airport with the dog.
Yeah, the
All right.
stroller.
Oh my God.
Oh,
I can't even imagine like the Instagram content, just you and the dog, Eiffel Towering like at the top.
I'm totally gonna.
Or not Eiffel Towering, I'm sorry, at the
Whoa,
Eiffel Tower.
dude.
There's a difference. There's a difference.
Dang, Urban Dictionary. What are you doing?
That was bad. My bad.
Oh.
Anyway.
Yeah, I'll probably have an Instagram for my dog.
Oh my god.
I've heard a quote.
I don't know why you wouldn't.
I heard a quote. If you name your dog something along the lines like
Dewey.
if you give your dog a bad name, you might as well hang your dog on a noose.
Whoa,
I read this
what?
somewhere. I was like, jeez. I'm not even kidding. This was like an older.
What's a bad name?
What?
What would be
Yeah,
considered a bad name?
I don't know. It was just a quote. It was something I read, and it starstruck me. I should have actually read around it, but I just closed it instantly. I was so offended.
That's a little bit of a stretch.
Yeah, but it made me realize I can't name my dog Deborah. I gotta give it something appropriate.
No Karen and no Deborah.
No.
You're seriously considering naming it Deborah?
No, but.
Josh is all bummed now. Shit.
No, it wasn't gonna happen. But I don't know.
Would you call it Debbie? Because that'd be the worst.
Debski.
Deborah and Debbie, I mean, if you call it Deborah, it might be alright, but.
I don't know. It's a topic to be discussed on another day. I don't know. It seemed, other than this storm, there hasn't been a ton that's been going on.
I know. I had trouble finding stuff, but you know what I did? North Korea launched another nuclear test on September 3rd. It was the biggest one yet. And so what they're claiming is that they have a bomb that they can strap to a ballistic missile and drop. It's a hydrogen bomb, and apparently it's the biggest one they've ever tested. It's huge. 160 kilotons.
Whoa.
It's
On a
quite the
ballistic
graphic.
missile.
Oh, missiles.
They put it on the ballistic missile.
I was expecting to
and
see a
drop it.
picture of it, and all I see is
It's just
like
a circle. I thought
it's
the
like
same
word
thing.
art.
That's funny.
But they tested it and it was just massive.
Kiloton. Wow.
That's like over 1 million tons.
When you test something like that, are you just strapping something that's like equivalent to the weight of the bomb, and then you're
so
just
you
launching
say, like,
it?
how do you test? Or you
They
just
like
toss it
test
in the ocean?
small ones.
Oh,
Excuse me.
so like a smaller scale. So how do they know that the big one is gonna work?
Well, if it's the same science, then they just literally just like doubled the recipe.
Double the recipe.
Jeez.
Wait,
We gotta
so
buy
I
'em.
have.
We gotta.
So just add
Biochemist
2
over
eggs
here.
instead of 1.
Yeah, it's easy.
I don't
Easy
know.
math.
Just double everything.
All that shit's kind of whack to me. All the testing. How do you do that like safely,
I don't know.
It's a good point.
accurately too? You know.
No, I actually appreciate
You know?
the way you're saying, like,
I think
accurate weight
Yeah.
as if it was there, and then fire it.
I mean,
think
that'd be the only way I could really think of.
they
simulate.
they test them. They shoot them out into the ocean and test them.
Yeah, yeah. Isn't a hydrogen bomb the?
That's a nuke. That's like a.
Isn't that
A-bomb.
is that the most powerful when you that we have?
No.
That's
what
what we
is the
dropped.
most
Isn't that
powerful?
what we dropped in World War II? Was
Yeah,
the
that's
hydrogen?
the. I think the H bomb is an atomic bomb, which is what
Yeah.
we dropped.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm
Okay.
pretty
That's
sure.
right.
Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Oh, it'll.
In a nuke.
And a
is
nuke is like above that.
Oh.
Mother. Of
I
all
think I
bombs.
could. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm not too well versed on it.
Well, they're both radioactive, though. I mean, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe.
I mean,
yeah.
the other one's extremely
I believe.
radioactive.
Yeah.
The nuke.
Or the one we
Oh, yeah,
dropped
the
in
one,
the
yeah.
40s.
The atomic.
Yeah.
But yeah, that shit's scary, man.
Yeah.
They can just strap that thing on a missile and say.
Were you
See you
saying?
later.
Were you saying they might target Michigan?
The
So.
auto industry, right?
Yeah, I wasn't. I can't remember who I heard this from, but I mean, the logic behind it sort of made sense. Somebody told me that Michigan was a target for nukes because of the auto industry, and if you want to attack, you know, you have to attack the economy if you want to hurt somebody. So, the auto industry is what you would attack, and you know, we're known. Detroit's known for that. So, I don't know. I don't know if I'm buying into that, but
Yeah.
the logic doesn't. I mean, it's not completely insane.
Is the auto industry really still in Michigan?
I mean,
of course we have like the headquarters for these
Yeah.
places, but do they do that much production in Michigan still?
I don't know if it's that much more than everywhere else,
I
really.
That's what
I don't have a clue.
Who knows?
All right, I didn't know.
I mean,
No
it definitely
numbers.
used to be for
No,
sure.
yeah.
I mean, obviously it was booming, but
Gosh, it's crazy. When I was working in Flint, they compare when Flint was on its rise, and Flint was a beautiful city, and it's always so cool because I would drive around with these reporters that lived through this. They'd be pointing stuff out, telling me about their childhood almost and what it looked like when it used to be amazing.
That's how
That's
it is
cool.
going with my dad to Flint, because he used
Yeah.
to live there when he was little.
Exactly, and but Grand Rapids started the same time Flint started, and just to see Grand Rapids is in many articles and many arguments, they say it's maybe if you're a millennial coming out of college or whatever, might be the best place to live in the United States. Like that's how amazing Grand
It's
Rapids
like
is.
kind of hipster.
It is. Yeah, and it's the best brewery capital. Like, there's so many microbreweries in Grand Rapids.
that's getting big too.
Uh-huh.
The microbreweries.
Dude, yeah, we got a lot to choose from.
Michigan's got everything, man.
Yeah. No, honest to God, the more I live here, the more I respect it.
Definitely.
We have a lot.
We have a lot.
We get a little bit of everything.
And especially after seeing what happened to Texas, what happens to Florida, it just makes you happier and happier that you don't have to even.
It's fortunate.
That you knock on wood that you don't really have to worry about that stuff.
Not hurricanes.
Yeah. It just I don't know. It's a
We get our fair share of tornadoes, but it's nothing. Crazy by any means, right? I mean,
Not usually.
yeah, nothing particular. I don't think, but yeah, I don't know.
You got anything? I mean,
Well, I saw this thing that I thought you would appreciate.
oh, okay.
And it was discussing how just how good of lungs rappers have, and
Wow.
talking and don't get me wrong, like obviously you see these rappers like smoking all the time and whatever that might be, but you don't understand their ability, their breath control, and their ability to when they're live to be able to perform and rap. And it was explaining what a hype man is used for. So
Give him a break.
you probably know that like a hype man will actually they'll yell at the end of their verses, or maybe even sometimes finish their songs for them. That's for the people that really can't handle all of their lyrics in one thing. And I never knew this, and I thought it was so interesting. And that the hype man, he's giving them a quick break so they catch their breath, and then they start.
Yeah, do you ever try to like sing along with like a fast song?
Oh yeah.
Like you run out of breath,
It's
and they
muttering
keep going.
at the end, just like barely squeaking them out.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And these guys are running around stage.
They're
doing this and that.
dancing.
Like it's impressive. Like
There's a reason they're all ripped.
Good performers.
For sure, yeah.
Good performers are impressive because they're all in shape. They're all fucking dripping with sweat by the end of the night.
Mm-hmm. The best drum. I mean, this isn't a rapper, but I know the best drummer for. I should know his name. I don't know. I guess just forget it. I don't know his name or anything, but he's like one of the. He's in absolutely ridiculous shape. I'm sorry. I just forget I even talked.
No, it's fine. No, but they are. You see them. I mean, a lot of them will take their shirts off, and they just do. They look. I mean, if you're running around for a couple hours every single night up there, it's hot.
Totally.
You're smoking a ton of weed.
Yeah.
You know, like you're doing drugs. That's gonna keep you skinny too. Yeah, these guys are insane. And it's funny you mention that because I just actually stumbled upon an old documentary. It was Lil Wayne's documentary right before he released the Carter 3. And just like you were talking about, the way he could just rap and rap and rap in the studio and doesn't need a break at all.
Like there's something special there.
It's incredible. And he's smoking a blunt, like, all while he's doing it, too, which is even, wow.
Well, and what's crazy is some of those guys, I don't know, obviously, if all of them do or whatever, but I know some of them, they'll do some breathing exercises. Every day they'll work on that kind of stuff. Like, that's part of their practice, is being able to do all those lyrics. And I just never even, like, of course I kind of knew that, but I didn't even realize that's what the hype man was for, and I thought that was really interesting.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Where'd you read that at? What were you, was that Complex?
I think it actually was just a podcast I was listening to. Yeah.
That's kind of cool. You have to send me that. I kind of want to read about that.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting, but yeah, I guess like I said, it seems like it's been a little slow. I know the
NFL started this week.
So that's exciting. Fantasy, I got dominated.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I'm coming up.
I'm
coming up with the dub this week.
Yeah.
I'm okay with the first.
Although I had a lot of bench
loss.
guys that outscored my starters, still pulled it out, which is nice. So good all-around team effort.
The Apple event is Wednesday, which will be cool.
Wait, tomorrow or Wednesday?
I thought it's Wednesday.
I thought I read today revealing was tomorrow, but I could be wrong.
It's the 12th. It's tomorrow.
Oh, it's
so
the
it is
12th?
tomorrow. Yeah,
Whoa,
Tuesday.
my bad.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, I just saw the.
I saw the 13th.
I just remember it because it's
Saw
the
the
same
article.
day as my sister's birthday. So.
Too sweet. Okay, cool. It's tomorrow.
Yeah,
That's
tomorrow.
exciting. And I guess they're gonna announce the new phone.
Yep.
I don't know if it's gonna be like an S or maybe even a new
Who
whole
knows?
thing.
I
The
think
X.
I think they're calling it the X, right?
Well, it's the 10th anniversary of the iPhone,
Is it?
so that's why they might do the X.
That's cool.
So 10 years ago at this event is when they first announced
Revealed?
the iPhone.
That's
Pretty
sweet.
cool.
And that was Jobs. That was back when Jobs was still kicking.
Jobs. So yeah, that's why there's rumor that the X is gonna be.
That's cool.
But yeah, it's interesting. We'll see. And I believe we'll get a software update for our computers, our phones.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I think that should release tomorrow as well,
It'll be nice.
or sometime this
That'd
week
be
if it
sweet.
doesn't. Cool, but yeah, honestly, other than the storm, Florida thankfully wasn't hit too bad. And is it getting its way up north now, or like Florida wasn't hit as tragically as I guess predicted.
some places.
No, yeah, but
I mean, downtown Miami, Jonah,
don't get it twisted. Yeah, it was bad.
It's underwater. Downtown Miami's like 2 or 3
Really?
feet in the streets. Yeah, at least.
I
At
guess,
least.
yeah.
But hopefully your boy The Rock's all right, isn't that what? Or is he L.A.? Come on, I know you've been to the
I
pad
think he
before.
might live in L.A.
You guys are boys. I know you've been over there. I wanted to mention one thing before. So I was looking up today the highest paid actors in Hollywood.
It's The Rock.
He actually is no longer number 1.
Whoa!
Guess who surpassed him?
In Hollywood?
Bradley Cooper.
Nope.
Marky Mark?
Marky Mark. I was like, no way, man.
Wow.
I didn't see the number, but he's
That's
number 1
Wahlberg.
now. I don't know why.
Maybe is it like gross income?
I think it's
Because
just what
maybe
they're
because I know he has so many other ventures outside of
Yeah.
being an actor.
I don't know.
Or is it because The Rock makes a ton off social media
Right.
does and
No, I don't know if that's just acting or if that's like you said everything. But
Mhm.
I thought that was kind of funny.
no, that's really funny.
I was trying to think. Other than the Deepwater Horizon, I don't really know what he's done lately. You know.
I still gotta watch it.
Actually, what was that one Jonah saw? Or I don't know, the Boston Marathon movie. Did you see that?
No, I saw that. That
You
was
saw that.
really good.
Was it good?
I got emotional in that movie.
Yeah,
It was-
I want to see that.
It was a good movie. It was way better than I thought it would be.
I
If
don't
I'm
know.
honest.
I don't know what he makes per year, but his net worth is $255 million.
Mark?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah.
And what's really cool too about that movie is, in a way, what's really cool is you kind of remember how things happen from watching it on the news.
Yeah.
And so you're kind of mapping it out like, crap, so did they do, and then all of a sudden it kind of starts to unfold while you're remembering how it happened. It's a really good movie. And they just show you what this guy did to everybody in Boston. Like, it showed you repercussions of something like that in everybody's
Wow.
lives, and shows you little life stories that it screwed up, and it's super sad. But yeah, I guess that should wrap things up. I don't want to carry this on too long, so
Yeah. See you guys next week, Monday.
we'll see you next week, Monday.
Yep.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, boys. Peace out, YouTube. I'm dying. Stop this. That was about 40 minutes.
It's a good
Roughly?
cast.
Was it really?